या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करा देवै सदा पूजिता देवै सदा पूजिता सा पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापः निःशेषजाड्यापः।
Thank you, Lohit aunty. Thank you, Dr. Swabhiman madam. Thank you, our dignitaries. Now it's time for felicitation. So I request our honorable Vice Chancellor Professor T. Srinivasan sir and our Registrar Professor Jitendra Mohan Mishra sir to welcome our chief guest with the shawl and bouquet. Thank you, sir. So to extend a formal welcome, I request Dr. Anirudh Kumar sir, the convener of the program, to deliver welcome address.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected participants, keynote speakers, National Joint Organizing Secretary of the DRS, a renowned thinker, visionary leader, social worker, and an inspiring voice dedicated to nurturing constitutional values and educational reforms across the nation. Esteemed faculty members, deans, FO sir, COE sir, Devi madam, all my colleagues over here, and dear students, a very warm welcome to all of you. One day seminar entitled Hamara Swabhiman, Hamara Swabhiman, the Spirit of 2020 for Vikshit Bharat. We are deeply honored to have with us Shri Gunda Lakshmanji as our keynote speaker. His presence today adds immense value to this occasion, and we look forward to his insights on the role of our Constitution, the spirit of national pride, and the transformative vision of the National Education Policy 2020 for building a developed India. The Central Tribal University is deeply connected to the spirit of NEP 2020 for Vikshit Bharat, as our esteemed founding Vice Chancellor, Professor T. Gadimani, had the proud distinction of being a member of its drafting committee member. His legacy makes our institution not just a participant, but also the true torchbearer of any living sir. We are equally grateful to Honorable Vice Chancellor sir and Registrar sir for gracing the event with the presence and continuous encouragement and support. This program has been organized with the aim of creating awareness among the students, faculty members, and all the staff of the CTUAP. The guiding principle of our Constitution, the spirit of democratic values, and how NEP 2020 aligned with the vision of a strong and self-resilient Bharat. Once again, I extend a cordial welcome to all of you. May today's deliberation inspire us to uphold constitutional values and contribute the meaningfully towards the vision of Vikshit Bharat. So I tell you some 2-3 lines in Hindi. संविधान ने दी है हमें आजादी की पहचान, हर नागरिक का गर्व है हमारा संविधान। संविधान की रोशनी से उजागर देश महान, लोकतंत्र की धड़कन है भारत का स्वाभिमान। अधिकार और कर्तव्य का है इसमें सार, संविधान से ही सशक्त है भारत अपार। संविधान की राह पर बढ़े हर हिंदुस्तान, एकता में बसा है हमारा संविधान। थैंक यू सो मच।
दर्जनों भाषा, सैकड़ों लिपि, हजारों विधान है, जो जोड़कर सबको साथ रखे वो संविधान है. So now may I request our registrar in charge, Professor Jitendra Mohan Mishra sir, to speak on about the today's theme.
Bro, why you 10 videos? Sorry, bro. YouTube channel. मैं send it. Okay?
Okay. Most respected Professor T. Srinivasan, DoCS-CTUAP Vice Chancellor, the guests amongst us today who will be delivering the keynote address, a well wishes for the university and for all of us, Sri Hamara Swabhiman, National Joint Secretary, ADRSN, the Dean and School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Professor Bharat, the parents officers, the PK Das, the Control of Examinations, Professor Sinde, the Chief Librarian of the University, Dr. Kole, heads of various departments, and faculty who have joined recently to all of us, and dear students. Today we are celebrating this day with this theme, which is part of the UGC's directions and guidelines to celebrate the importance of Constitution in all our lives. We have thought it appropriate to give a title to this one-day seminar as Hamara Samvidhan, Hamara Swabhiman, and the contribution of NEP in line of this was Vikshit. Friends, we need to understand the importance of Constitution in all our lives. We as individual, as citizen of the country, as a consumer, and as a provider of a variety of services in a society. All our lives is governed by some rules or regulations. And when these rules and regulations are in the written form, it is followed as it is in letter and spirit by all concerned. It is not the oral traditions or whatever the king says becomes the ruling of the country. Instead, we are governed by the Constitution that we have given to ourselves. Constitution gives respect to every individual, every post, every citizen, whatever in whatever capacity they are. We can consider this to be practical in our own life, in the place that we work, whether it is the topmost authority of the university or it is the lowest employee or student of the university. Every individual deserves a dignity and respect. It is not the individual who is sitting in a post, let us say, the Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, or anyone. Every post has got its dignity and respect. Similarly, a new faculty, when he or she also joins a department, he also has an ambit and a scope to function. In the same way, a non-teaching staff of the university deserves a respect. He also has a freedom and a scope to work. In the same line, every student has his or her own bracket, own scope, own sphere to function, to aspire, to work, to learn, and to lead a free life. Free life without coercion, without domination, without undue influence by anyone from outside. Where every citizen, every individual lives a happy life in a society, that is what is exemplified as the Ramarajya. The Ramarajya, which is the vision of our country, which is the underlying spirit of our constitution, speaks about dignity for all, dignity for all individuals, and equal freedom for everyone to aspire and to work for achieving such objectives in life. We are here today to enumerate such importances of constitution in our life and in workplace, and we would work towards that in our own spheres, in our own way, how we can achieve such equality, such dignity, such fraternity feeling in the place that where we are working. We have an LEP which gives us a scope to learn with freedom. We have linked both these topics together to understand how LEP is working towards Vikshit Bharat and how LEP ensures the constitutional value of constitutional value is rightly protected in our country. When we say what is the role of LEP into it, LEP gives freedom to a student to learn in his own space and to learn whatever he or she wishes to learn. It is not a fixed syllabus that is being thrown upon an individual to pursue in the course of his study in the university or institution. Instead, in his stay, in his duration of study in the campus, he has a freedom to choose between the courses. He also has a freedom to choose the teacher, though we have not adopted it so far, but in days to come, through online open courses, through SWAYAM, through other portals, and probably when the university spreads wider, you would have an option to choose your teacher. And that is how we understand the role of teachers also have undergone a sea change. Teachers of yesterday would not be the teachers of today, and teachers of today, my dear colleagues, would not be the teacher for tomorrow. So the role of teachers have also been changing very fast, and responsibility and freedom to the students also have gone a sea change, where you have a freedom to choose the courses for yourself. You also are responsible for your future. Just by obtaining a degree, nothing is guaranteed to you. In the times of a serious crunch of job openings, and when the nation is planning for skill-oriented courses and skill-oriented jobs, we need to assess ourselves that whether we are learning for an opportunity ahead or just we are learning for a degree to be earned. It is through this degree we would acquire the skills that is required for our livelihood in future. And also this education would contribute to a fellow feeling. We would learn to become something in future, we would learn to get a job in the future, but at the same time, we would also learn about ourselves, about the nation we belong, about the culture we inherit, and this culture, this nation feeling, this fraternity feeling, this fellow feeling would bind us all together to contribute to the nation building for a Vikshit Bharat. When we the NEP, the underlying feature of the NEP says, when you learn for yourself to just to get a job, is probably that you become a selfish individual in your life. And when you try grabbing the wealth of the society, there are all possibilities that everyone in the society would not be similarly getting the wealth that you snatch from others. When you learn something and you learn the culture of the land, when you start feeling that you are learning to get jobs for others as well, to create an atmosphere where everyone would be assured of their livelihoods, your learning becomes better. Your learning becomes finer. Your learning becomes deeper. It is this aim that the NEP tries to attain. My dear friends, it is today that we have gathered here to remind ourselves what should be the purpose of education and what the Constitution has in hold for all of us. And it is today that we will reassure ourselves about the great future that India holds for all of us, and we will march towards that Vikshit Bharat in future. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to outline my things on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you, respected Registrar Sir. Thank you for giving insights on today's theme. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. P. Sridharan to introduce our chief guest.
Good morning all, respected Vice Chancellor sir, esteemed guests and Registrar Sir of the University. It is with great honor and immense pleasure that we welcome Shri Gunda Lakshmanji, National Joint Organizing Secretary of Akhil Bharatiya Rashtriya Shaikshik Mahasangh, as the chief guest of today's program, Hamara Samvidhan, Hamara Swabhiman, the spirit of NEP 2020 for a Vikshit Bharat. Shri Lakshmanji is a law graduate and an inspiring leader who has dedicated over 3 decades of his life to education, youth empowerment and national building. A proud Karyakarta, he began his service journey as a full-time worker of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh and emerged as a guiding force within Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad ABVP, serving in various leadership roles, including State Organizing Secretary of Undivided Andhra Pradesh, South India Organizing Secretary and All India Organizing Secretary. Now, as a key functionary of AVRSM, Shri Lakshmanji has been at the forefront of several transformative initiatives. His relentless efforts in implementing the NEP 2020 across higher education institutions have brought academicians, policymakers and also universities onto one platform to deliberate on creating a self-reliant and culturally rooted education system. His vision emphasizes the integration of Indian knowledge systems with modern education to shape a globally competitive yet a value-driven youth. He has also been instrumental in launching the initiative of Voice of Academicians, which provides a dynamic platform for educators to share perspectives on enhancing quality, inclusivity and innovation in Indian education. Through this impactful program under AVRSM, Lakshmanji has worked towards strengthening educational reforms and safeguarding the dignity and welfare of teachers, ensuring fair service conditions and enhancing their role in national building. With this, respected for his simplicity, clarity of purpose and deep human connection with students, teachers and society, Shri Lakshmanji stands as a beacon of inspiration. His leadership in AVRSM continues to strengthen the education sector while nurturing the vision of Vikshit Bharat, an intellectually vibrant, self-reliant and culturally enriched India. We are privileged to have him among us today. We welcome you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So with great honor, now I our chief guest, Sri Gupta Lakshmanji, to address the gathering. Yes.
Respected CDO sir, Vice Chancellor, please you. Sometimes केवल उससे
quality.
He was there, here our finance officer, control officer, deans, HODs, faculty members, and my dear students. Good morning to everyone. The fraternity of Tribal Central University of Andhra Pradesh, because very few times I came, but don't know. I have very good connection with this university. Every time when I came here, the affection, the love that I get, and the program and the interaction, and I can say many such things. So because of that, it has increased my bondage to this university, and I hope this university is making its inroads towards towards the growing stage. Yeah, we all together should see that this university should grow in a very the right direction within a short time. So that is what I wish. And today the program, हमारा संविधान, हमारा सम्मान, प्राइड और इसके साथ NEP विकसित भारत सब जोड़कर एक यहाँ तो कार्यक्रम सोचा गया है. सबके लिए इंग्लिश की है, हिंदी की है? इंग्लिश. So in today's program, we are focusing on three important aspects. One is our Indian Constitution, and then National Education Policy 2020, and Vikshit Bharat. Actually, these three are very, very important aspects as far as for any nation, and when concerned to Bharat, there is a very important aspect to be discussed, to be understood, and to be implemented. And these three, Constitution, the 75 years of celebrations, and central government very prestigiously organizing awareness programs about the Indian Constitution and salient features of the Indian Constitution, and how to strengthen this spirit, and how to strengthen this whatever the Constitution is saying. That is one important aspect. And when it comes to national education policy, we completed 5 years of time. National education policy 2020, July 29th, it was implemented, and started implementing in that 5 years from this July 29th, 5 years completed. And this because of the Bharat. Nowadays, our Prime Minister made it as a common point or agenda because of the Bharat. Everyone should aim for because of the Bharat. When country is going to celebrate its 2047, that is 100 years of independence celebration, country should reach Vikshit Bharat. We should be living in Vikshit Bharat. And if you people permits, I would like to know few things from you people. Kind of feedback. If you people allow me.
Yes.
Huh? Yes, sir. Okay, now. Yeah, because here both faculty students are here, so just I interact with the students. And so those who wear this black coat, they are law department. Computer science. Okay. Law department is not here.
No, no, yeah.
Yeah, we wish law should come.
Yeah, we will do, sir. We'll do it.
To Indian Constitution, yes, I gone through the Constitution. I know the value of the Constitution. I can speak some 10-15 minutes about the importance of the Indian Constitution. How many you can do this? Be free. Don't hesitate to come out because you are all reached a place. Central University is a very reputed institution, and you reached here. After qualifying your entrance examination and you are aiming something good future, you have to please speak. If you will not speak, it understood that you do not have much knowledge on that. I am repeating my question. How many of you can speak on our Indian Constitution for 10-15 minutes? I can explain about. I am not going to ask you to come here and explain, but just I am asking you people who can do that.
You can raise your hands. Question you
तो
should
समझ में आप ऐसे बोलने से नहीं उठाएंगे सच में है तो हाँ वो लोग अपने आप को चीटिंग नहीं करना चाहते हैं इसलिए ऐसे ही बात नहीं खड़ा करेंगे so I'm giving last chance. Yes, I know the knowledge about this Indian Constitution. I know the salient features of the Constitution. I can speak 10 to 15 minutes about the Indian Constitution. How many you can do? One. Congratulations. Yeah, others. Yeah, my request, please, you go through it. It is not a big issue, and every one of us should aware of our Constitution. So that is the basic of why the government of India celebrating this Hamara Samvidhan, Hamara Samman. So why it is celebrated today? Because there is a lack of awareness. And now I am coming to the next point. National education policy. It has implemented 5 years before, and it is policy is under So how many of you know the salient features of this new national education policy 2020? Do you know when previous policy was implemented? Previous policy when it was? I am asking students very strictly.
Student, give answer if you know.
No. That is, I am able to reach them. No, I am seriously asking. Today is the present 2020. The policy is started implementing this new national education policy. Previously, when the policy was implemented, when it was, in which year it was drafted and it was implemented? Seriously, nobody knows, sir. Yeah, it is in the year 1986. And further, it was few amendments or some updated. It happened in 1992. I will agree that. Okay, so when it is implemented, but I know the difference between the previous policy and this policy. Anybody can speak on this? No. Right. Okay, what this new policy is the new opportunities that this policy is giving. Anybody can. What are the 1, 2, 3, 4? What is the salient features of this new national education policy? So you don't want to come up, you don't want to speak. Right? I don't want to speak, but I know. Please raise your hand. I will be happy. मैंने ये बोल रहा हूँ. हाँ, आप कुछ बोलेंगे? Can you say something? Please. Exit opportunity. Exit option is there. Only one point, huh? Yeah. Anybody?
Choice of the subject. Choices of subject varies.
So we have now privilege of electing our subject. No? Choice of subject is given in this policy. Okay. Or anybody? Okay. Now, what do you mean by this Vikshit Bharat? No, we are talking about. No, you have heard about Vikshit Bharat because this word is familiar for everyone. I know. Huh? Yeah. What does it indicates? Vikshit Bharat means what? Seriously? Okay. మీరు తెలుగులో చెప్పొచ్చు. లాంగ్వేజ్ ప్రాబ్లం నేను అనుకోను. అయినప్పటికీ తెలుగు ఎంతమందికి అటువంటి చేయండి. అరే దీనికి కూడా మోమాట పడుతుంది ఎందుకు? కుడి చేతి ఎత్తండి, ఎడం చేతి కాకుండా నేను తెలుగు అర్థమవుతుంది నాకు చేయండి. తెలుగులో మాట్లాడతాను. ప్లీజ్ చెప్పండి. ఇప్పుడు తెలుగులో మాట్లాడండి. నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఐ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్. నేను తెలుగు వాడినే. వికసిత్ భారత్ అంటే నాకు ఈ ఐడియా ఏముందని. నువ్వు లేమ్మా, నీ పేరేంది? నువ్వే నీ ముందర ప్లీజ్. దగ్గర పెట్టుకోండి.
సార్ మన భారతదేశం అన్ని రంగాల్లోనూ అంటే ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్, ఏదంటే డెవలప్మెంట్, ఏదంటే ఇప్పుడు మనకి యూత్ కోసం కానీ జాబ్స్ కానీ దానికోసం అని మనం ఇది కూడా ఫండ్స్ కూడా ఇస్తున్నాం స్టార్ట్అప్ కంపెనీస్కి. ఇలా చాలా రకాలుగా భారత్ని ముందు పెట్టడానికి విశ్వగురు స్థానాన్ని తీసుకుని వెళ్ళడానికి మనం ప్రయత్నిస్తుంది సార్. అంటే విశ్వగురు స్థానానికి ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు అమెరికా కానీ ఏమైనా టారిఫ్ తీసుకుందో అది ఎలా అంటే మన ఐకమత్యత వలన అంటే మనం కొన్ని సెక్టార్స్ లో డౌన్ లో ఉన్నాం అనమాట. ఆ సెక్టార్స్ మనం గురి చేసుకోవడానికి మేక్ ఇన్ ఇండియా కాన్సెప్ట్స్ లో మనం ముందుకు వెళ్తున్నాం సార్.
So in the beginning, I am going to request you. I can say more than this. Please, if this section is not ready to understand, know about all these important things, who can do this? I always it's my concern. In the society there are so many sections of people. Labor is there, farmers are there, daily wages, auto wala, rickshaw wala, political leaders and contractors, doctors, engineers, business people, everyday daily wages. The society, these many sections of the people is there. And another section, this is intellectuals. You are all came here for masters and graduation, and very intellectual group sitting here, and you have access, scope to interact with the this group, and you are learning people here. Your scholars are also here, and this section is considered as learned group or elite section of the society. And I'm not talking about other college students, some government school students or college students, but you are reaching here. Simply you have not reached here. You have some idea about your future, about your career. You want to build up your career from this institution. I am telling you, you are a special section in the society. So we should have knowledge about certain things. Indian Constitution, NEP, Vikshit Bharat, these are all linked with our career. It is not something, I am no way concerned with this. It is not like that. It is very much connected to with our career. And our career means it is the career of the country. We know that the future of the nation will be built in between the four walls of the classroom. We heard this, no? తరగతి నాలుగు గోడల మధ్యన భారత యొక్క భవిష్యత్ అనేటువంటిది నిర్మాణం అవుతుంది. ఆల్ఫా బీటా జనరేషన్ ఏమన్నా విన్నారా? తెలుసా దాని గురించి ఎవరికైనా? ఏం సార్ ఆల్ఫా బీటా జనరేషన్ అంటే ఈ 2025 జనవరి నుంచి ఎవరైతే జన్మించిందో వాళ్ళని ఆల్ఫా జనరేషన్ నాకు తెలిసినది నేను చెప్తున్నాను. మనకు 2047లో వాళ్ళందరూ ఈ ఆల్ఫా బీటా జనరేషన్ మీలాగా క్లాస్ రూమ్లో కూర్చుంటారు. అంతే కదా? ఈ సంవత్సరం వాళ్ళు 20 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత క్లాస్ రూమ్లో అంటే యూనివర్సిటీలో వస్తారు మీలాగా. అవునా? వాళ్ళకి ఎవరు పాఠాలు చెప్తారు? ఇగో మీరు అప్పటికి మీరు ప్రొఫెసర్లు అవుతారు, లేకపోతే ఇంకోటి పాఠాలు చెప్పైతే మీ దగ్గర నుంచి వస్తారు. అవునా కదా? అగ్రీ విత్ మీ ఆర్ నాట్? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? మీకు అందరికి ఎవరు పాఠాలు చెప్తున్నారు? ఇంకో ఇక్కడ కూర్చున్నటువంటి ముందర పెద్దవాళ్ళు. అవునా కదా? సో కాబట్టి ఒకదానికి ఒకటి లింక్ అయిందా లేదా? మనందరం కూడా 2047లో ఎలా ఉండాలి అని చెప్పేసి మీలో మీరు ఎవరైనా ఇప్పటివరకు కొద్దిగా విజువలైజ్ చేసుకున్నారా? ఎస్, నేను ఇంకొక 10 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత, పోనీ 20 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత, ఇప్పుడు 20 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి కొత్తగా మీ యొక్క లైఫ్ గురించి కొత్తగా ఆలోచించేది ఏమి ఉండదు. అప్పటికి మీరు సెటిల్ అయిపోయింటారు ఏదో ఒకటి. అవునా కదా? మీరు అది అప్పుడు డిసైడ్ చేస్తారా, ఇప్పుడు డిసైడ్ చేసుకుంటారా? ఎప్పుడు చేసుకుంటారు? అప్పుడు అయిపోదా? మరి దీంట్లో మీలో నాకు డిసైడ్ అయిపోయిందా? 2047లో నేను ఇలా ఉండబోతున్నాను. జస్ట్ ఊహించండి, కలగనండి. నువ్వు కలగంటే, నువ్వు ఊహించుకుంటే, అంటే ఏదైనా ఒక పెద్ద పోలీస్ ఆఫీసర్ కావాలా, లేకపోతే ఒక ఐఏఎస్ ఆఫీసర్ కావాలా, నేను ఒక గుడ్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ మెంబర్ కావాలా, నేను ఒక పొలిటీషియన్ కావాలా, ఒక విలువలు ఉన్నటువంటి, ఒక ఇంటిగ్రిటీ ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక పొలిటికల్ లీడర్ నేను కావాలా, పాలసీ చేసేదంతా కూడా వీళ్ళే కాబట్టి అని చెప్పేసి, లేదు నేను ఒక మంచి ఎంటర్ప్రీనర్ కావాలా, 100 మందికి ఉద్యోగాలు ఇచ్చేటువంటి ఒక వీళ్ళ కావాలి. ఇలాంటి ఉండాలా ఉండద్దా? నేను ఒక మంచి రైతును కావాలా, చక్కగా కమర్షియల్ క్రాప్స్ అందులో పండించి ఈ యొక్క దేశం యొక్క గ్రీన్ రెవల్యూషన్ గురించి మనం చదివించాం కదా, భారతదేశం యొక్క దీన్ని నేను, లేకపోతే మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్, లేకపోతే ఒక స్కిల్లింగ్, ఎస్ నేను ఒక పెద్ద దీన్ని ఒక ఇండస్ట్రీ నేను స్టార్ట్ చేస్తా, ఒక యూనిక్ గా ఉంటుంది అది అనేటువంటిది ఇప్పుడు ఆలోచించాలా, లేకపోతే ఇంకొక 10 సంవత్సరాలు, ఇంకొక 5 సంవత్సరాలు ఆలోచిస్తారా? సో కాబట్టి నా యొక్క ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏంటంటే, ఓకే మనం కారణాలు ఏమైనప్పటికీ కూడా మన ప్రియారిటీస్ ఏమున్నాయో ఏంటో నేను మీ నుంచి క్యాచ్ చేయలేకపోతున్నాను. మీరు నిజంగానే తెలియకుండా ఇలా ఉన్నారా, ఇట్లా ఉంటే మాత్రం ఇది చాలా సీరియస్ కన్సర్న్. అందరూ కూడా మన ఫ్యాకల్టీ మీరు అందరూ కలిసి ఆలోచించి ఈ రోజు నుంచి మీరు డిఫరెంట్ గా ఆలోచించడం మొదలు పెట్టాలి. సార్ మాకు అన్ని తెలుసు సార్, మీ ముందర చెప్పొద్దని నేను చెప్పట్లేదు, మాకు అన్ని తెలుసా మీకు అనుకో, ఐఎమ్ హ్యాపీ. నాకు చెప్పకపోయినా ఏం పర్వాలేదు, ఇక్కడ అందరూ చర్చ చేయకపోయినా పర్వాలేదు, కానీ మీకంటూ ఒక ఐడియా కనుక ఉన్నట్లయితే ఐఎమ్ ది ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ టు బి హ్యాపీ. ఎందుకంటే మన దేశం పెద్ద దేశం, ఈ దేశానికి కావాల్సినటువంటి ఎనర్జీ కావచ్చు, దేశం యొక్క భవిష్యత్తులో అసలు ప్రధానమైనటువంటి పిల్లర్స్ ప్రధానమంటే ఇక్కడ కూర్చున్నటువంటి ఈ గ్రూప్. మనం కనుక ఆలోచించకపోతే ఆ మేరకు దేశం యొక్క భవిష్యత్తు అనేటువంటిది అక్కడికి అది వెనకబడిపోతుంది. ఈరోజు మన భారత రాజ్యాంగం గురించి కొన్ని స్లైడ్స్ చెప్పబోతున్నాను. అదేవిధంగా నేషనల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పాలసీ లేదా వికసిత భారత్ గురించి ఒక స్పష్టమైనటువంటి ఐడియా ఉండాలి. ఈ రోజే మొత్తం అన్ని ఎదుగుతుంది, కానీ టుడే I can draw your attention toward these issues and you start working on that. You think on that. అందరం కూడా మనము మొదలు పెడదాం ఈ రోజు నుంచి. ఈ సెషన్ అయిపోయిన కూడా బయటికి పోయిన తర్వాత from something like every day I will try to learn something on the regular, it is part of your academic activity. I feel like that. It is not something out of syllabus. It is very much connected with our career. It is very much connected with our country. It is very much connected with our future Bharat. So with this, I would like to say, this again, if you want to know, because the Bharat అని ఎప్పుడైతే మనం అంటున్నామో, ఇప్పటి వరకు కూడా మన దేశం గురించి ఉన్నటువంటి చర్చ ఏంటంటే డెవలపింగ్ నేషన్ కానీ భారత్ ఒక డెవలప్డ్ నేషన్ గా చూడాలి అనేటువంటి డెవలప్డ్ నేషన్. ఒక దేశం ఎప్పుడు డెవలప్ అయింది అని అంటే, నేను ఒక ఈ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ లేకపోతే జీడిపి లేకుంటే మిగతా సైన్స్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ ఇట్లాంటివి కొన్ని వస్తాయి, కానీ బేసిక్ గా వికసిత భారత్ అని చెప్పి చెప్పాలి అంటే అచ్చా నేను తెలుగులోకి వెళ్ళిపోయాను. తెలుగు అర్థం కాదన్న వాళ్ళు చేద్దాం. దోస్ హూ డు నాట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ తెలుగు ప్లీజ్ రేజ్ యువర్ హ్యాండ్. 1 2 yeah. So when we are talking about Vikshit Bharat, there are few points that definitely we should consider. We have our own legacy, culture, values, and about our country, history we should go. And finally, when you compare with other countries, nation, and their culture and their whatever it may be, we have a specific approach towards the development. So one thing is, the last person of this country, he may living in a tribal remote area, he may living border area, he may living wherever he may be, he should be, he should get, he should be available these common minimum needs, food, cloth, shelter, education, health, even you can add internet, this also you can add. So this is the basic criteria. Your GDP is 8 to 10, but majority or some 10%, 15% people, they are not even ready for this common minimum needs. I will not say it is an Vikshit Bharat. And second aspect, we should be strong in the field of science and technology, because science and technology is everything. It will shape the future of the nation. It will give value, it will give you wealth, it will give you confidence, it will give you everything. So that is point number 2. And point number 3, our enemies never see with a different eye towards our country. Yes, we can easily conquer this nation. So that situation never should arise. For that, what you need, our armed forces become strong enough that no country dare to think about our nation. That is point number 3. And another important factor, another important point when I am talking about Vikshit Bharat, that is social equality. There should not be any kind of discrimination. It may be gender discrimination, male, female. It may be rural, urban. It may be rich and poor. And it may be caste discrimination, this caste, that caste, that caste. No, there won't be any kind of discrimination. And you need a society where you will be respected as a human being. Whoever you may, wherever you may, whatever you may. Yeah, it is called as a Hamara. So these are the things or basic points when you are talking about this. And remaining other things I am not denying. We have to establish infrastructure development. Now our country is becoming very largest, fastest growing infrastructure. If you road, rail, airport connectivity or big infrastructure, big development, what not, we are very, because of that only now our country's economic place, now from 5th to we reach to 4th. And in another 1 year or some other time, we may reach to 3rd, 5 trillion economy we're talking about. And for first, second, you have to do a lot of struggle, march. Maybe it may also going to happen. And the science and technology that we are witnessing that recently Operation Sindoor showed our courage and the supremacy in the field of science and technology. And we landed in the moon's south pole. And it may be, industrial side, if you can see, lot of changes that we have. Electronics and communications, semiconductors, so manufacturing, renewable energy. You can talk about anything, So this is a very fastest growing country, and this all includes in the Vikshit Bharat. When country is going to celebrate 2047, we have to be living in a Vikshit Bharat. And national education policy, 1986. What a gap you see. In any other country, they will surprise and they will astonish and they will fall down once if they come to know the situation of our country. There is a radical change in the field of science and technology, and the human, IQ levels of the present generation, how they are. It's a very big experience for everyone. A second class student, a third class student, he can open the mobile and every app and he can delete and he can add, he can Google, he can search anything. You agree with me? And the changes, the quantum computing we are talking about, and today whatever the latest update is artificial intelligence we are talking about, and ChatGPT and many such developments are happening. When 2020 policy was started implementing, that time this was not in the picture. This ChatGPT and artificial intelligence will have this much impact in the society. So my point is, there is a lot of changes are happening. So for changing scenario, you need to update what we are studying, what is in our syllabus, and what we are not, and what are all the latest developments, whether we come to know, and how we should upgrade it. If that is not happening, you will be simply nothing is going to happen. You will be here only, and people, those who wants to achieve something, they will fly either abroad. Every year, more than 5 lakh students are flying other countries for their further education, for even masters and graduation also. They are spending 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs. Those who are not able to spend that much, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, they are all opting admissions in private deemed universities. It may be Shastra University, it may be Ashoka University, it may be Punjab Lovely University, it may be Chandigarh University, it may be Sharda University, it may be Chanakya University, whatnot. In these institutions, the number, from 10,000 to 1 lakh students are there in these institutions. Why it is happening? yes, these institutions have that autonomy, these institutions are doing experiments, all the things that were discussed in the new national education policy, these policies are implemented in these institutions from long back. Because of that, what is going to happen? Sometimes I asked why these people are going. Somebody said, sir, they have a lot of money, that's why they are going. Wrong. There are many people, they are taking bank loan and they are selling their property. They want to see their kid future. That's why they are going. So here my point is, this policy, actually in the other country, every 2 years, 3 years, this, the pedagogy, syllabus and research methodology, research priority and patents, incubation center, lot of things are happening, where we are. No, we have to, if you compare what is the greatest difference between China and India, the awareness and the hard-working nature and the skill adoption and the training and the policies that are like that. Because of the China, even sometimes China, America is competing 28 trillion economy, 30 trillion economy. There's a lot of gap. How they are able to achieve this and where we are. But when you look into the past history of our country, we are, till 18th century, our contribution to the world GDP is 23%. Don't forget this. And we called as Vishwaguru. Students used to come from abroad to our country for their education. Nalanda, Takshashila, Magadashila, Vikramashila, Vallavi, like not only that, this from Thiruvananthapuram, there is a university called as South Nalanda, it is called as Kantanur Shala. From there to Sharada Pitam, now it is in Pak occupied Kashmir. And in between there are hundreds of such big universities and there are thousands of small gurukulas which were pertaining a quality education for the future of this nation. Because of that, we were flourishing in the field of science, technology, culture, arts, math, civics, civil engineering, structural, upgrade things that we know. And not only that, in all their Ayurveda, it may be yoga, it may be what not, what our country, sometimes you what our country can do, zero, zero was, mathematics or Vedic mathematics is one to know, so we have to explore a lot of things. So I am telling all this. We have such legacies. We are from this kind of side, from Vedavasa. We have to know from where we are and what we taught to this world. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. You can talk many such things. All these things simply has not come. It was profounded. It was when the people did their sadhana, yajna or something. Today, whatever you are talking about, research today you are talking about. But that time it's called sadhana. They dedicated their entire life because of that. They have invented all such things. We have a unique nation, unique culture, unique values. We were called as the friend, he said, we were Vishwaguru once. Vishwaguru means, yes, we were top among all the countries. And greatness is, even though we are strong enough, we are the top, we never tried to conquer the other nation or other cultures. Nothing, never we did in our history. You can't find that. Today, when America is a little bit strong, it is trying to dominate the world. When China is a little bit strong, it is dominating the world. But we are not such attitude, and our philosophy is not that. Inclusive philosophy. So, so my idea is, please, everyone, you should understand. Our role should be very crucial. It is very much important. And when you are talking about Constitution today, Constitution is built in the bricks of the democracy. Democracy needed, maximum participation. And maximum participation is possible through maximum awareness. And this maximum awareness is possible through education. You understand? Constitution, democracy need participation need awareness. Awareness is possible only through education. Today we are talking about national education policy, and we are talking about the salient features of the the constitution, and we are talking about the future Bharat. There is an interlink between these things. So we try to know more about our constitution because it is everything. It is law of our country, law of the nation, supreme law of the nation. Yeah, you started here. Okay. Yeah, here you can see Hamara Samvidhan, Hamara Samvidhan. Justice, equality, rule of law, collective identity, future generation. This is a pillar for this, our constitution. Next, evolution of the Indian constitution. I think you can easily know it was adopted in November 1949 and January 20 was implemented and guiding India's transformations, celebrating core principles. I think we are able to see that the constitution guide India through political, social and economic changes. Celebrating the core principles of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity are celebrated annually. The next. So, foundations of Indian governance. I think no need to explain much about this. The supremacy of law. Law is everything. Constitution, we have to abide by the constitution. Entire country, without constitution, nothing is there. And this political fundamentals, democratic foundation. So, these are all the foundations of our Indian governance. Next, democratic enhancement. Yeah, just what I said, education, democracy, you need information, awareness is required, and then quality participation. So it will lead to the democracy enhancement. And the constitution built on the bricks of this democracy. So this is the interlink between these three. And if I want to speak on Indian constitution, so it's a very big subject. But 1, 2, 3, I would like to say that you might have heard about Unni Krishnan versus Andhra Pradesh. So and another one. Meenakshi Jain, Mohini Jain and state of Karnataka. These two cases are very prominent cases. It was highlighted on the today right to education we are talking about. It was made in the amendment, the constitution. It was amendment was made because of that. It was came into the existence. Right to education up to 14 years age. Right to education is that's compulsory education. It has not only thrown on the student, the government, even on the parents also. It is also parents' responsibility to see that their children at least up to 14. Definitely, without education, the children should not go. So that was the amendment was made in the Indian Constitution. That I can say is a revolutionary aspect. And in the new national education policy, it has enhanced the age not only up to 14, up to 18. It has made it compulsory. So it is the responsibility of the government. It was the responsibility of the society, and more important, the responsibility of the parents also. Yeah, next. And we go into history of our Dharma Shastra, Yagyavalkya principle, Kautilya, Gurukula system. These are all 1947 independence and 51 constitution in January 26. It was no constitution implemented. But our country is not recently existed country. Our country is an ancient country. How you go into the history, not 1,000 years, not 2,000 years, not 5,000, no, from Bhagwan Vedavasa it starts. At least the historical proofs, no, minimum Ramayana, Mahabharata, up to that, scientifically, NASA, we have the 5,000 years, at least minimum. So all these years, what it was told in all our ancient shastras or ancient this thing, no? Yes, how to live, what is right, what is wrong. Chaturvida Purushartha, and you live on par with the dharma. How to be in a family, in the society, what is the responsibility toward the motherland, toward the family, toward the society. Everything was explained in our, in our philosophy, in our culture. Because of that, we have this culture, inclusive culture. Even though we have Vishwaguru, we never invaded on any civilization or any country. Yes, it is in my blood. And today you are talking about democracy and you are talking about the right to vote. In my country, if you look into before 1,000 years also, before 2,000 years also, you can see in many kingdoms, it was very common. And women participation, that we know in many countries, women do not have right to vote. The so-called Britain, America, they have given later on. But my country, from ancient times to, and it was a great legacy. Woman has given equal importance, and sometimes woman was shown as Matri Shakti. It is above all. So this is the philosophy that why I am telling. We have a deep-rooted philosophy of this. Today, whatever you are talking about in the Constitution, whatever the articles are there, these are all it was already deep-rooted, imbibed in this society. And today, why this Constitution has come? Because of 1,000 years foreign rulers, colonial ruling made us forgot everything. So to keep everything together, to revive our own culture, to revive our own ethics, to revive our own values, this is the need of the government. Yes, today, whatever happened because of this 1,000 years colonial rule, there was social inequalities has come, which is not taught by our philosophy, and social problems are there. Is to avoid all those things. Time to time, it is a need to update or reforms are required. Few things are eternal, you don't change them, but few things, time to time, you have to change, modify. And I see that today's Indian Constitution is there. It is the law of the pride, the land, the nations. We should have this idea. Yeah, these are all what I said. I am trying to say our ancient everything, fundamental principles of ancient religion of ethos. It is Dharma Shastra, importance of knowledge and moral conduct. Background has said, insights into governance and statecraft strategy. Kautilya, Ardha Shastra, you might have heard. Vital institution for wisdom and leadership education. Gurukula system is there. Yeah, next. Yeah, our Indian constitution structure, federal structure, state and central government. It was an independent judiciary, judicial review, protection of rights is also included in that. Fundamental rights that equality, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and supremacy of rule of law and individual liberties. That means individuals' freedom, individual rights will be protected, and it should not be above the law. And democratic governance, parliamentary system means from panchayat to parliament. I am repeating, from panchayat, you have a choice to elect your own leader, ward member, village sarpanch, MPTC, ZPTC, MLA, MP, and in between also there are democratic values are there, and because of the constitution, you have every right to elect, to express your views, and you can go on your thoughts and whatever you want, you can go along with it. That is the beauty of the democracy. And directive principles of social justice and economic justice, direct, indirect principles are there, but we know. And concurrent list and concurrent principle, state and central's responsibility, and only for example, education. Earlier, education was in the state list. Only state government has power to enact the laws, and only after amendment, some number is there. After that, after 1970s, only education came under the concurrent list. So when you are talking about concurrent list, state and central have powers to enact the laws or frame the policies. But when there is a conflict between the state and central act will have privilege. This is one another aspect. Yeah, next. So again, it was repeated of constitution when it was started implementing, and this Ministry of Social Justice, constitution day we have to observe every year, November 19th, 2015. And today we are celebrating the Hamara Samvidhan campaign. So this is the next. Empowering citizens with legal knowledge. I don't think so. If some time is there, I can express. I can speak more on each point. Okay. Yeah. So our constitution has given freedom, and under the umbrella or under the circumstances and premises within the constitution, you have given lot of opportunities. You have rights, fundamental rights. And why today we have to discuss about this? Today, because of not having awareness, just I ask you a few questions. Can you speak something about the Indian Constitution? You said no. If our situation is like this, what is the situation of a rural people, those who are uneducated? Because of that, exploitation was become a common thing in our society. Actually, police system is there. Police system, we are continuing this from Britishers. Those when Britishers were there, they were framed certain things, and still we are continuing majority of them. Yeah, time to time some changes happen. I can't say 100% the same thing is happening. But do you feel that today any police station is a hope of a person who is deprived, who is discrimination has happened to him, exploited? Is police station become a hope for them? Of course, in some stations it may be there, and recently there are a lot of reforms are being happening, but certainly not. A police, how he can threat an individual, how he can book a person on false cases, how he will manhandle, how he will speak with rude language. I don't know how many of you have experienced it, because I am in the field of education and in the social field for the last 3 decades, more than 3 decades. I know it's a kind of exploitation. It's a kind of really good justice. For the people, those who have power, who have money power, who have muscle power, is justice, is police, all is for them only. Actually, this this mechanism, this system is for whom? Helpless people, rural people, uneducated people, those who are living in the remote areas. And justice is required. Exactly why today we are celebrating this Samvidhan, Hamara Samvidhan, our constitution has given every right to protect ourselves, to come out of exploitation, to deliver as I wish, to practice as I wish, to live a dignified life. Constitution has given us everything. But lack of awareness is there. And today, even you also, if some police will come and he will shout on you, yes, you have to come and he will manhandle you, you will be simply, I don't know how many, this entire student group comes and you are doing wrong like that. How many go to police station, you can question the police inspector also. No, for few people, police is very friendly. But who are all political opponents are there and somebody who is doing something and against them. No, these are all the things are there. Educate on rights. It is very, very important point and it is our responsibility. I think you got my point. We don't know whether a woman can be arrested at any time, or a person can be arrested without any FIR. A person can be kept in the police station for how many hours? When to submit to the court? What kind of sections they are booking? If you have this awareness properly, the police will never behave on his whims and wish. The society is alright and they will be separate and there won't be any kind of exploitation, injustice. If I speak on the hundreds of cases and how this system is suppressing and creating injustice, exploitation, and creating obstacles for the enemies, political. This government is in power, so we have targeted them. It is never accepted. So that is number one. And understand duties. Others, yes, it is your duty, the primary duty. And there are you have not to, by triple riding is not allowed. You have to wear helmet. They're small things. You should not give bribe. You should not give luncham. Ivaddu ani undi. Traffic rule. I have to follow traffic rule. I do not, bypass whatever the existing rules and regulations. We are in the education system. I should not, go for mass copying. I should be sincere. If I can read out hundreds of such things will come. So, and this is the rules and regulations. It is not for animals and they are also but being an individuals, if you want to order the law and order situation, you have to make law and order situation and you have to see a kind of discipline, a kind of decorum and a kind of this everyone should, yes, it is my duty. I have to work hard. It is duty. It is not somebody's it is my right. No, I will not I will not work. Yeah, I feel this is also part of your duties. So, many such things, engage in discussions. Yeah, today I'm happy that you organize this kind of program. Okay, Government of India is told, and somehow the team initiated this. I have not able to see this in other universities, and here you are sincerely doing this. I am thankful to the the university for inviting me here. And I'm happy to discussing with you people this much time. And these kind of discussions are very much needed. And if this kind of discussions are not there, and there is nothing future, no future. And you, everyone, you should get an opportunity to participate in the debates. You have to deliver your views. You have to become empowered with your, whatever the skill, I can say, it's a skill. You have to be able to argue, discuss, you put your arguments in a proper way, so that it is required. For that you need to train. That the train means you need different kind of discussions and debate, deliberations. The Constitution, when we are talking about the Constitution, this all these things were included in that. So I think I try to explain what are the possible things are there. Again, I am telling you these three: Indian Constitution and this National Education Policy and Vikshit Bharat. And this is the right time that every one of us should become more educated, and we should more attentive, and every one of us should contribute to the growth of the nation, because our country is a very big country that we know, and different languages and different food habits. 140 crore population. You see demographic dividend. So large number of youth population is available, workforce. But when it comes to skillful youth, employable, there is a big question mark. So the education institutions, the academic leaders should take initiation to shape, to nurture the young minds for the future India. That is the need of the hour, and I hope everyone together we will work on this. And thank you so much again for giving me this opportunity. I love to take some questions from you people. Anyone, either students or faculty or anyone, you can ask me if something you have some doubt in what I said, and even you can contradict me. Sir, you said it is wrong. I will be more happy if you point out me. I will correct myself, or else I will explain you how I am right. Yeah.
గవర్నమెంట్ సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఇయర్లీ ఎన్ని జాబ్స్ ఇస్తుంది? సో భారతదేశంలో జాబ్స్ లేక అమెరికా దేశంలో 60 లక్షల మంది అమెరికాలో ఉన్నారు, ఇంకో 9 లక్షల మంది లండన్ పోయారు, ఇంకో 6 లక్షల మంది ఆస్ట్రేలియా పోయారు, ఇంకో 5-6 లక్షల మంది ఇక్కడ కెనడాలో ఉన్నారు. ఇందుకు భారతదేశంలో ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు వస్తలేవు. ఉండడానికి మంది ఉన్నామని చెప్తున్నాము. మన పేరుతో పోటీ పడుతున్నాము, పాపులేషన్తో పోటీ పడుతున్నామా, ఉద్యోగాలతో పోటీ పడుతున్నామా, లేకపోతే సైన్స్తో పోటీ పడుతున్నామా?
ఏం పేరు నీ పేరు? David, congratulations. You have asked a very right question. Really, I am congratulating you. David, నేను నా మాటలలో నీకు చెప్పాను. ఇంకా అర్థం కావాలంటే నేను చెప్తాను. నేను నా యొక్క పనిలో భాగంగా చాలా మంది ఇండస్ట్రీస్తో కలిసే అవకాశం వస్తుంది. ఏం సార్ మీరు ఇంత ఇండస్ట్రీ పెట్టుకున్నారు, మీరు ఎన్ని జాబ్లు ఇవ్వగలుగుతారు, మీరు అది ఇది అని చెప్పేసి అడిగితే కూర్చోండి నువ్వు కూర్చోను. ఆయన ఏం చెప్పి సార్ నాకు 1000 మందిని ఇవ్వండి సార్, నేను ఉద్యోగాలు వాళ్ళకి ఇస్తాను. 2000 మందిని నేను వాళ్ళకి ఉద్యోగాలు ఇస్తాను. మరి ఏం సార్ ప్రాబ్లం మరి లేరా అంటే, నా యొక్క ఇండస్ట్రీ అవసరాలను తీర్చేటువంటి వాళ్ళు లేరు సార్. నేను ఒక ఇండస్ట్రీ గురించి నేను చెప్తున్నాను. I think you got my point. No need to explain more. In my speech, repeatedly I told that we are lagging behind the skilling. ఈరోజు ఇంజనీరింగ్ కంప్లీట్ చేస్తారనో ఆయనను పోయేసి ఒకటి చక్కగా ఒక లెటర్ రాసి బట్టి ఇవ్వలేకపోతున్నాడు. ఒక చిన్న స్కిల్ సంబంధించిన ఒక పని చెప్తే చేయలేకపోతున్నాడు. ఒక మెకానికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కంప్లీట్ చేసిన ఆయన ఒక చిన్న బైక్ వచ్చిన రిపేర్ వచ్చిందంటే మామూలు ఏం చదువుకొని ఒక మెకానిక్ గా పట్టున చేసి పడేస్తున్నాడు. కానీ ఈయన డిగ్రీ ఇంజనీరింగ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా చేతికి వచ్చింది, కానీ దాన్ని చేయలేకపోతున్నాడు. అంటే మనకి ఎక్కడ లోపం ఉందనేది మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది కదా. అంటే మన యొక్క సిస్టమ్ లోపల మార్పు రావాలి. ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పాను కదా, ఎందుకు వేరే ప్రైవేట్ యూనివర్సిటీలకు బాగా డబ్బులు పెట్టిపోతున్నారు అంటే, నేను ఒకసారి అక్కడ పోయి డబ్బులు ఖర్చు అయినా సరే నేను పెడుతున్నాను, కానీ నాకు వెంటనే ఒక చక్కటి ఉద్యోగం వస్తుంది, నేను తెచ్చిన అప్పు నేను ఫుల్ఫిల్ చేయగలుగుతాను సార్ అని చెప్పేసి వాళ్ళకి సమాధానం చెప్తున్నారు. కాబట్టి ఈరోజు ప్రభుత్వ ఉద్యోగాలు కల్పించాలి, ఎస్, కానీ అంతకంటే మంచి బ్రైట్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టార్లో ఉన్నాయి. ఇప్పుడు ఇంతకుముందు మనం ఒక ప్రశ్న అడుగుదాం అనుకున్నాను. ఉద్యోగం, గవర్నమెంట్ ఉద్యోగం చేయాలి ఎంతమందికి ఉంది, ప్రైవేట్ ఉద్యోగం చేయాలి ఎంతమందికి ఉంది? లేదు సార్, నేను ఉద్యోగం చేయను, నేను 100 మందికి ఉద్యోగాలు ఇచ్చే విధంగా ఒక ఎంటర్‌ప్రెన్యూర్ గా తయారవుదామని ఉంది. ఈ 3 ప్రశ్నలు మీకు వేద్దాం అనుకున్నాను, మిస్ అయిపోయాను. ఇప్పుడైనా అడుగుతున్నాను, చెప్పండి. ఉద్యోగం చేయండి సార్, నేను 100 మందికి ఉద్యోగాలు ఇచ్చే ఒక ఎంటర్‌ప్రెన్యూర్ గా నేను తయారవుతాను అని మీలో ఎంతమందికి ఉంది? డేవిడ్ ఎక్కడెత్తాడు, ఇంకొక 2 ఎత్తాడు. ఎస్, ఇది కావాలి. ప్రతి ఒక్క ఉద్యోగాలు కావాలి అంటే ఉద్యోగాలు ఇచ్చేవాళ్ళే ఉంది. మరి మన దేశంలో రిసోర్సెస్ లేవా అంటే అన్నీ ఉన్నాయి. ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పాను, పాలసీలలో మార్పులు రావాలి. ఈరోజు సెమీ కండక్టర్స్ యొక్క మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ అనేటువంటిది ఒకప్పుడు మనం ఎక్కడో మన వరల్డ్ ర్యాంకింగ్లో 20వ ప్లేస్లో 30వ ప్లేస్లో ఉండేవాళ్ళం. అసలు మనం నెగ్లిజిబుల్ కౌంటే కాదు. ఒక్కసారిగా మన దేశము దానిపైన దృష్టి పెట్టింది, ఎంకరేజ్ చేసింది. ఇంక్యుబేషన్ సెంటర్స్ లేకపోతే స్టార్ట్అప్స్ లేకపోతే రకరకాల వికల్పాల ఎంకరేజ్ చేసి క్రీమ్ను పికప్ చేసి ఇది చేసిన కారణంగా ఈరోజు మనము యొక్క సెమీ కండక్టర్స్ యొక్క మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్, చిప్స్ ఇవన్నీ అంటే కదా, ప్రతిదీ కూడా మనం జపాన్ నుంచో లేకపోతే చైనా నుంచో అక్కడి నుంచి ఇక్కడ తెచ్చుకునేటువంటి వాళ్ళము ఈ రోజు మనము సెల్ఫ్ సఫిషియెంట్ గా టాప్ 1 to 3 మనం వెళ్ళిపోయినాము. ఇప్పుడు యాపిల్ మొబైల్ ఎప్పుడైనా చూస్తే ఎప్పుడో మేడ్ ఇన్ చైనా లేకపోతే మేడ్ ఇన్ యూఎస్ఏ కాలిఫోర్నియా అడ్రస్ ఉండేది. ఈ మధ్య నాకు చాలా హ్యాపీ అనిపిస్తుంది. మన యొక్క మేడ్ ఇన్ అంటే దాని యొక్క మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ అనేది మన దగ్గర ముంబైలో లేకపోతే బెంగళూరులో ముఖ్యమైన సిటీస్లో మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ అనేది మొదలైంది. ఈరోజు అమెరికా మనకు ఎందుకు భయపడుతుందంటే, భారత్ అత్యంత వేగంగా ఎదుగుతున్నటువంటి ఒక ఆర్థిక శక్తి. భారత్ కనుక ఆపకపోతే అది మనల్ని దాటుకొని పోతుందని భయపడుతుంది. కాబట్టి టారిఫ్స్ అది ఇది బెదిరిస్తుంది. ఐ థింక్ మన పాయింట్ అర్థమైంది కదా, ఉద్యోగాలు లేవు, బయటకు ఎందుకు పోతుంటే ఎస్, మన ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సిస్టమ్ సరిగా లేదు. సొసైటీకి ఏం అవసరము, ఇండస్ట్రీకి ఏం అవసరము అనేటువంటిది మన దగ్గర ఇంపోర్ట్ చేయడం, దాని ఆ యొక్క స్కిల్ అనేది, ఆ యొక్క నాలెడ్జ్ అనేది, ఆ యొక్క ప్రాక్టికల్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అనేది ఇది మనము కలగజేయాలా. ఇది అందరి పని. నేర్చుకోవాలన్న తపన, కుతూహలం మనకు ఉండాలా. అదేవిధంగా అప్డేట్ అయి చెప్పాలి అనే ఫ్యాకల్టీకి కూడా ఉండాలా. ఇవన్నీ కూడా అవసరం. ఇది కనుక సాధ్యమైతే బయట నుంచి ఉద్యోగాల కోసం మన దగ్గరకు వస్తాం.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for enlightening us with your thought-provoking
You are not aware
session.
another question.
And-
Question is enough. Lunch time. Please. I will briefly answer. Please.
అక్కడే ఇచ్చింది మైక్ మ్యామ్.
Mic. Yeah. Fastly. You can speak loudly. I can.
Come forward.
सर मैं हिंदी में बोलना चाह रहा हूँ।
हाँ, बताइए।
मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है, तो आप संविधान के बारे में बोला आपने, तो हमारा जो संविधान बनाया गया था वो डॉक्टर B.R. अम्बेडकर के टाइम में उन्होंने बनाया था। तो उन्होंने बनाने के बाद आज तक हमारे बहुत सारे गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म हुए जो संविधान के बहुत सारे क्लॉज को चेंज किया। तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है, जितने सारे क्लॉज चेंज हुए हैं बाद में पता चला है कि वो सही नहीं था। अभी तक लोगों को महसूस हो रहा है कि वो सब क्लॉजेस चेंज सही नहीं हुआ। तो आपको क्या लगता है या हम लोगों को क्या चाहिए, जो चेंज हुआ है, गलत चेंज हुआ है, उसको सही करना है या नहीं? और जितने सारे चेंजेस हुए हैं जो गलत है वो क्या कब चेंज होगा? मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है। और अभी तक जितने सारे क्लॉज है सब कुछ सही है क्या? ये भी मेरा क्वेश्चन है।
तो इसमें एक्सप्लेन करने के बहुत सारे विषय हैं, समय के हिसाब से मैं ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा, लेकिन एक विषय में पक्का बोलूंगा, बहुत सारा गलत ढंग से कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में अमेंडमेंट्स लाया है, ये तो 100%, और उसको ठीक करने का आवश्यकता भी है। और ये ठीक करने के लिए हमारा समाज में उस प्रकार की अवेयरनेस होना चाहिए, ठीक है? वो आर्टिकल 370 हो या आर्टिकल 21 ABC आप इसमें तो राइट टू रिलीजन, व्हाट डज इट मीन्स, what it was there in the real constitution and what it was explained later, वो बाद में इसका बहुत सारा इसका मिसइंटरप्रिटेशंस किया है। और भारत के संविधान की असली प्रति यदि आप देखेंगे, आप इसमें भी देख सकते हैं ना, उसमें क्या है ना, हड़प्पा मोहनजोदड़ो कल्चर का आपको देख सकते हैं, आपने रामायण का चित्र वहां इसमें देख सकते हैं, और आप वो सबको हटाया गया। कौन दिया है उनके लिए ये राइट्स? किया है ना? काफी सारे ऐसे चेंजेस करने की आवश्यकता है। और सोसाइटी में क्या है ना, कुछ परिवर्तन लाने के लिए कोशिश हो रहा है, ये पूरा ना ये संविधान के खिलाफ है, संविधान को ये पूरा बदलने वाला है, ये रिजर्वेशंस को ये करेंगे वो करेंगे, ऐसा मिसइंटरप्रिटेशन, मिसलीडिंग पूरा सोसाइटी में। एक कुछ अच्छा होने के लिए कुछ प्रयास होता है तो उसको मिसइंफॉर्मेशन देते हुए गलत समझ कर सोसाइटी में लोगों को बिगाड़ रहे हैं ना। सोसाइटी में एक प्रकार की अवेयरनेस होना चाहिए, बहुत चेंजेस होना चाहिए। हाँ, ये आखिरी ये पूछ रहा है,
इस पे मैं भी कुछ बोलना चाहूँगा। It is my personal concern. Constitution reflects the spirit of the society. When the society evolves, there are all possibilities that we may change the rules that govern us. From time to time, there is a possibility that some changes should be brought into the constitution of the country. How it is being changed, we can question. Again, if there is also a possibility that if the country thinks that yes, we would go back to the original one, there is also a possibility. So, but what happens, the process, how it goes for a change, if that is the correct, then we must accept that all changes or all amendments to the constitution is good for the country, right? Yeah.
Last question.
हाँ, for sure.
So India is a country with lots of youth population. 66% is dependent on youth itself. But in our
What is
country,
it?
so 66% youth.
Youth are this.
Yes. So, but in our budget, we are only getting 6% for research and development. So you have earlier compared with China. China is giving 30% in research development. If we want to pursue a PhD, we are not able to get the chances. This is the basic difference between China and us. China has started rare earth metals in 1980s, but yet India is not started. This is the reason why we are backward. Means we are not getting research development funds.
I agree with you 100%, 200% also. Yeah.
So why we are not at change?
No, you are not aware of everything. Now you are what you are sitting in the university campus. You don't know ABCD about the constitution. You don't know about the new national education policy. You don't know about the Vikshit Bharat. Whom to blame? I am telling you the response. We are all the responsible for all nonsense things happening. I am telling you. In the beginning, I said it is whose responsibility? It is the responsibility of farmers, laborers, political leaders. You need to bring the change, systemic change in the society. Who has to stop this? Everybody says, no, I am a student. I have my own area of enjoyment. I have to go and I have to enjoy. I have to be with my mobile and I have to this thing. And everyone know, faculty members also don't think otherwise, sir. No, I have a permanent job, and we are for guest faculty also. I did my education, and because of my merit, I got this job. And from morning to evening is my duty. I will come and I will do my duty, and I will go. Is it enough? We are the citizens of this country. We have a social responsibility. Accountability is also there. For that, you have first to work. I mean, we have to work. We have to come together. We have to think together. We have to work together. We have to target one issues, and we have to target. I am giving you some assignment. You are studying in Tribal Central University here in Vijayanagaram. Srikakulam, Vijayanagaram, there are so many tribal villages are there, rural villages are there. Please try to adopt a few villages, educate them. మీకు తెలుసా ఎన్ని గ్రామాలలో ముఖ్యంగా పాడేరు అక్కడికి నాకు చెప్పడం దుఃఖం వస్తుంది. చిన్న చిన్న జ్వరం వచ్చి చనిపోతుంటారు యంగ్స్టర్స్. ఎందుకు? హాస్పిటల్ సరిగ్గా అందుబాటులో లేక, సమయానికి మందులు వేసుకోక, చిన్న కారణాల చేత టీచర్ అయిన ఎంత వయసు 32 సంవత్సరాలు. నాకు బాగా తెలుసు. సడన్గా ఏమైనా చనిపోయింది. ఏమైందంటే జ్వరం వచ్చింది. అది జ్వరం వస్తే చనిపోయింది అంటే అంతే, నో ఆన్సర్. ఇది ఎవరు బాగుపరచాలి? ఓకే, గవర్నమెంట్స్ లేకపోతే మనకు ఒక సిస్టమ్ ఉంది, కానీ వాళ్ళు ఎంతమందికి ఆ కమిట్మెంట్ ఉంది? దాన్ని తీసుకోవాల్సింది ఎవరు? నేను చెప్తుంటాను కదా చాలాసార్లు, అవసరమైతే ఇంకో మనమే లీడర్లు కావాలని చెప్తున్నాం. మన మీలో ఉన్న మంచి లీడర్ కండి, ప్రజల చేత ఎన్నుకోబడండి, పాలసీలు నిర్ణయం చేసే స్థాయికి ఎదగండి. మనం ఎవరినో బ్లేమ్ చేసి ఏం లాభం లేదు. అమెరికా వన్నో, పాకిస్తాన్ వన్నో, చైనా వన్నో బ్లేమ్ చేసి ఏం లాభం లేదు. మనల్ని మనం మారాలి. మనము ప్రెషర్ గ్రూప్గా తయారు కావాలి. ఈరోజు ఎడ్యుకేషన్కు డబ్బులు పెట్టారు. ఈ రాష్ట్రంలో 50% పైన ఫ్యాకల్టీ ఖాళీ ఉన్నాయి. సెంట్రల్ యూనివర్సిటీ గురించి, స్టేట్ యూనివర్సిటీ గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం. అస్సలు డబ్బులు అయ్యారు. ల్యాబ్ లేదు, ల్యాబొరేటరీ లేదు. చాలా గవర్నమెంట్ వీకంటే టాయిలెట్లో అమ్మాయి 100 మంది అమ్మాయిలు 4 టాయిలెట్స్ అవి ఉండవు. తాగితే మంచినీళ్ళు లేవు. దీనికంతా ఎవరు అడగాలి? ఎవరు చేయాలి? మనందరం కూడా హ్యాపీగా ఉన్నాం. ఏమైంది నాది అమ్మ అడుగుతా, సారేమంటాడో, లేకపోతే ఆ పోలీసులు వచ్చి వాళ్ళు అంటారేమో, భయంతో బతుకున్నాం మనం. అవునా కదా? చెప్పండి. ఎస్ఆర్ నో? ఎట్లా సార్ మా ఊళ్ళో ఎట్లా ఉన్నది సారీ చేసిన అట్లాంటి ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏదైనా ఉంటే చెప్పండి. ఐ విల్ బి హ్యాపీ. ఐ విల్ గివ్ అవార్డ్. ఐ విల్ ఫెలిసిటేట్ దెమ్ హియర్ రైట్ నౌ. ఆమె చెప్పింది, ఆమె ఇప్పుడు 6% లేదు, 0.08% రీసెర్చ్కి వెళ్తే సార్. ఓవరాల్గా బడ్జెట్లో నేషనల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పాలసీ 6% జీడిపిలో ఇవ్వాలి అని చెప్తున్నది. ఇప్పటి వరకు మనము 2.5% వరకే డబ్బులు ఇస్తున్నారు. 6% ఎదగాలి. ఎప్పుడైతే 6% బడ్జెట్లో మనకు ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కోసం ఇస్తే మనం ఏమైనా మార్పులు తీసుకోవడానికి సాధ్యం. ఇయర్ స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్స్ కాంట్రాక్టర్స్ అని చెప్పారు కదా, శాలరీస్ వరకు ఇస్తారు అంతేగా. శాలరీ తర్వాత ఎందుకంటే శాలరీ అయిపోతే మొత్తం బదలం అయిపోతారు కదా, ఈ రాష్ట్రం దివాలా తీసింది, శాలరీ కూడా ఇవ్వలేకపోతే ఒక్కసారిగా నెగిటివ్ వస్తుంది. కాబట్టి ఏది ఏమైనా 1వ తేదీ నాడు శాలరీ పడడం కోసంగా మీకు ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మీద ఇచ్చేటువంటి బడ్జెట్ ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే కేవలం శాలరీకి ఇస్తున్నారు అంతే. మిగతా ఏ ఒక్క దాని కూడా ఏడుపు వస్తుంది. ఒక్కొక్క గవర్నమెంట్ కాలేజీలలో వెళ్ళి చూస్తే అక్కడ కనీసం ఇట్లాంటి ఒక హాల్ కనపడదు. చాలా కాలేజీలలో నేను చెప్పాను కదా, టాయిలెట్స్ లేవు, ల్యాబొరేటరీస్, లేకపోతే ఏదైనా ఎక్విప్మెంట్ కావాలన్నా, స్క్రూ గేజ్ కావాలన్నా, మీటర్ గేజ్ కావాలన్నా, లేదా ఒక ఇది కావాలన్నా ఏవి నీకు. ఇంకా కార్పొరేట్ కాలేజీల పేరు మీద వాడు ఇంటర్మీడియట్ వాడు ల్యాబ్ చూడడు, వాడికి 30 మార్కులు వస్తాయి, వాడికి 999 మార్కులు వచ్చేస్తాయి. మనకి ఏసీగా ఫోటోలు వేసి టీవీలలో పేపర్లో మొత్తుకుంటాం. మనం అందరం కూడా చూసి సపోర్ట్ అబ్బావా అని చెప్పి చూస్తాం. అవునా కదా? కార్పొరేట్ కాలేజీలలో ఏం నేర్పిస్తుంటే ఏమవుతుంది, ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సిస్టమ్ ఎట్లా ఉండాలో ఎట్లా చేసింది అందరూ కలిసి. మనకేమనిపిస్తుంది అంటే ఇట్లా మనం చేసేది ఏముంది అబ్బా అని మనకు అందరికీ అనిపిస్తుంది అంతే. అది కాదు. కామన్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్, సొసైటీ ఇంట్రెస్ట్, నేషన్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ దృష్ట్యా మనం కొన్నిసార్లు యునైట్ కావాలా, మన యొక్క వాయిస్ రేజ్ చేయాలా, అందరూ కలిసికట్టుగా ఉండి వాటికి ఒక పరిష్కారం చూపించాలా. నేను మొదటి చెప్తున్నాను కదా, ఈ సొసైటీలో మార్పు తీసుకొని రావాలి అంటే ఇక్కడ యూత్ అంటే కరేజ్, యూత్ అంటే క్రియేటివిటీ, యూత్ అంటే ఫియర్లెస్, యూత్ అంటే ఏమైనా సరే తెగించేటువంటి ఒక క్వాలిటీ యూత్ దగ్గర ఉంటుందా? యూత్ దగ్గర ఉంటుందా, ముస్లింల దగ్గర ఉంటుందా? మనం దానికి అనుగుణంగా ఏమైనా చేయగలుగుతున్నామా? ఆ క్రియేటివిటీని, ఆ కెపాసిటీని మనము పనికిమాలిన విషయాల మీద మనం పెడుతున్నాం. దాంట్లో ఇక్కడ కూర్చున్నటువంటి సార్ వాళ్ళు వీళ్ళు డిబేట్లలో పోవచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఆర్టికల్స్ రాయొచ్చు, లేకపోతే సొసైటీలో స్టడీ చేసి అసలు వదిలొచ్చు, మొత్తం సొసైటీని కదిలించే విధంగా సమస్యలకు పరిష్కారాన్ని చూపించచ్చు, స్టూడెంట్స్ని ఎడ్యుకేట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఎన్ని లేవు. మరి జరుగుతుందా అంటే ఇది మనం అందరూ ప్రశ్నించుకోవాల్సిన విషయం. సారీ, నేను ఎమోషనల్ తను చెప్తుంటే అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ది రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ సొసైటీలో మనందరికి మనకేం పట్టదు, ఎవరో కొద్దిమంది చూడాలి అని చెప్పేసి. ఇది ఏబిఆర్ఎస్ఎం టీచర్స్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్. మా సార్ల గురించి చెప్తున్నాను. ఏదైనా సమస్య ఉందంటే సార్ ఇట్లా అయిపోతుందని అంటారు. అందరూ కలిసి పోదాం, రోడ్డు మీదకి రమ్మంటారు, వస్తారంటే అమ్మో అంట. మా వీసీ సార్ ఏమంటాడు, లేదా మా రిజిస్ట్రార్ సార్ ఏమంటాడు, మా కంట్రోల్ ఆఫ్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ సార్ ఎవరు అంటాడేమో, అమ్మో అని చెప్పి భయంతో బతుకుంటారు. సారీ సార్, అవునా కదా? నేను దేశం అంతా తిప్పలేను, విద్యార్థుల మధ్యలో ఉన్నాను, ఇప్పుడు ఫ్యాకల్టీ మధ్యలో ఉన్నాను. నాకు అన్ని చోట్ల విషయాలు తెలుసు. మార్పు వస్తే సొసైటీలో మనం మార్పు చూడొచ్చు. చాలా పాజిటివ్ అట్మాస్ఫియర్ ఉన్నది. అందరం భయపడుతుంటే అమ్మో ఏమవుతుందో అంటే మనకు అడిగే రైట్ లేదు. సింపుల్ చెప్తున్నాను, ఎట్లా ఉన్నాం అట్లే ఉండాలి, ఇక మన జీవితం ఇంతే అని చెప్పేసి దానికైనా సిద్ధం కావాలా, లేకపోతే కమౌట్ ఒక ప్రిన్సిపల్ వేలో ఒక పద్ధతిగా మనము ఉద్యమాల నిర్మాణం చేయాలి. ఇది అవసరం. ఇట్ ఇస్ ది నీడ్ ఆఫ్ ది అవర్.
No bhayam today, no bhayam in future also.
Thank you students who have asked questions. Also, we had wonderful interaction session, and thank you sir for enlightening the class with your thought-provoking lecture. And
थोड़ा ज़्यादा समय लिया है ना?
No sir, we enjoyed. And you made us realize that yes, we should have the constitutional awareness and we should have democratic participation for inclusive growth of the nation. Thank you sir. And so now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir and our Registrar sir to honor our chief guest with a small token of respect, and I request Dr.
सभी फाइनल को बुलाओ ना हमारा बड़े सबके साथ एक फोटो आइए सर सर आइए सर
I request Dean sir and COE sir, please join.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you sir, thank you Dean sir, thank you COE sir. And now,
Put up that.
yes, now I invite our honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor T. Srinivasan sir, to deliver presidential address.
So it is very clear where we stand, right? So just taking cue from our Lakshmanji's speech till now, or the clarity what we should get is, India has great culture. India's history is great. There are great people who have shown the way of life. Great things are made as lot of monuments and they are there. But why we still are like this? So my understanding from this thing is, we are just trying to survive. We are not consciously living. So when you are trying to survive, you just grab everything that is available. Like there were days when somebody wants to join JNU, their target is JNU. Now 5 options will be there. If JNU is not there, what next, what next, what next? Somewhere compromisation starts. So this is one of the survival mode. So this is being addressed through NEP now from now on, and we hope that we will definitely meet the requirements of Vikshit Bharat, and our university will contribute to that. So this is what I understand, or I would like to present before Lakshmanji for this talk. And coming to my few versions, I would like to say, distinguished chief guest, Unta Lakshmanji, respected registrar, Professor Mishraji, our finance officer, Dasji, our COE, Shindeji, Professor Shindeji, our Dean, School of Humanities and Social Science, Sarashchandra Babu sir, and all the deans, all the heads and faculty members, dear students. Good afternoon. Here, this particular meeting is culmination of 3 important points. One is about constitution. Second thing is about education policy. Third thing is about Vikshit Bharat. So India's independence, we all know very well, 1947, right? But what was the freedom we got? As a country, India got freedom. But there is no equal freedom to all the citizens. So what has happened is, our great leaders at that time, they have thought that everybody should get freedom. Therefore, our Ambedkar ji and team have started to work out what are the gaps in Indian system that permitted British to colonize for 200 years. And they started stitching that to the constitution. So in the constitution, the primary motto is, everybody should live their dream in the way they want, to be simple. And how it was stitched? Because there are dozens of languages, few hundreds of customs, and more number of communities. All were brought into the same platform, giving equal significance. And this was our constitution, soul of the country. But did it achieve what it was supposed to? So where is the gap? So the gap started with the independence only. During independence was inherited along with poverty. Then there is illiteracy, then unemployment and inequality. So when somebody is hungry, if I try to teach the subject, it won't go into the brain. So first, equality should be there. So then next, what is the problem? Unemployment or poverty. So all these are connected through literacy. Literacy means education. So in 1968, first education policy has come where it was very clear that equal opportunities for all to get educated. With that, certain issues were tried to address. Later on, in 86, followed by its amendments in 92, it is education to all by 2000. So this way, education policy have started to contribute to the effective implementation of our constitution. It was progressive, but the progress of the country has dynamically changed due to different policies taken by the country. So what has happened just before 2000 or the decade of the 1990s to 2000s, there is a lot of foreign investment and India's economy and progress was not directly with the performance of the country, which was earlier agriculture-based country. It was now influenced by the fuel price, barrel price outside somewhere in Saudi Arabia, or dollar price, fluctuation of dollar price. So India also has to change and it has to catch up with the industrial revolution which it has missed earlier. So when this particular gap has to be addressed, the time span is very less. USA has got sufficient time. China started, we have seen in 1980s and all. So by that time they have reached a place, but India did not have that much time. And the education policies or the future of India that were being made were addressing some other needs. India needs something, the particular Indians or the young population future of India are training for something. So to bridge this gap, NEP 2020 has come. Now what a country requires? A country requires definitely somebody who is knowledgeable. And this knowledge alone is not sufficient, right? Now internet can speak volumes. Knowledge has to be converted into skill. And skill is not sufficient. If somebody is having knowledge and skill, what they can do in either way. If they work for the society, definitely they will be like Abdul Kalam ji of education, then the particular skill set is the basic thing which everybody are taking. But to add to this, we should have the rooted culture, ethics and morals. So now, whatever knowledge we have gained, it should be used for the right. With these particular points, NEP has started working. Now it understood that there are certain parameters very clear that it is primarily about the hard work or intelligence that is required. To add to that, it is emotional quotient that is required. Then critical thinking is required. After critical thinking, people have to use it for innovation with all this proper rooted culture and all. Not that creating an atom bomb out of a particular chemistry idea. It is now the innovation should be productive. After this innovation, now the next aspect would be for the next generation to take it to the correct arena. So NEP has now understood that to get this to happen, there should be certain privileges to the students, certain privileges to the universities. So primarily to the students, as people said, multiple entry exit policy. Okay. Apart from that, there are other privileges. We have got a standard curricular framework. Wherever you study across India, you would be studying similar format. That means easy mobility will be there. You might study first year here. If you want to study second year in BHU, you can go. So multiple exposures are there. Now after this, you will be studying in your own language also initially. 5 plus 3 plus 3 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 system of. If your interest is in science, study it as a major. Choose whatever is your interest as minor. And in this also there are different formats. One major, one minor. one major, 2 minors, and in certain areas, as per the available documents, 1 major, 3 minors. That flexibility is there. And in this curriculum, as we said, we need skill component. So therefore, core subject is there. Along with the core, we have ability enhancement course, right? That enhances the ability of the person. Then skill enhancement course, then vocational course, apart from the major and minor. So this gives almost holistic education that is expected out of a student. You have your core subject, you have your other subject which is interest of you, then you have the ability to express yourself, then you have the skill to present yourself, and you have the vocational knowledge to do the job of yourself. When you have this much, it depends upon now your interest, whether you want to go for a job or whether you want to give a job. This is where your particular knowledge resides. If you identify a gap in the market or in any particular area, then that particular gap you should be able to utilize and provide a particular acceptable commodity. If you can have that particular vision and plan accordingly, that is possible. So, in the process to support this, India or government of India is also helping the youngsters, right? So, in the process to get Vikshit Bharat, first step before this is Hamara Bharat. So, therefore, everything should be made by ourselves so that we will not depend on others. Therefore, we can grow at our own pace. And Atmanirbhar Bharat requires all these skill sets that have to be applied. So once this Atmanirbhar Bharat has come, then the particular education policy that has given us this much will facilitate in Vikshit Bharat. And here I would just like to express one point that the NEP 2025 years back, when it was rolled out, there were certain gaps. But gradually, Modi's government is clearing those gaps. New curricular frameworks to new rules and guidelines are coming. Gradually, NEP 2020 is sharpening itself. So, when something is sharp, it should be handled appropriately. Example, is knife a weapon, a dangerous weapon? But if it is not in the right hands, definitely it is a dangerous weapon. So now understanding NEP 2020 is the prime responsibility of us, and implementing according to the objectives is very important. Here, because students are here, the important point is now there is an option that you can choose anything. So if you choose botany and if you choose some music, are there opportunities tomorrow for you? You should be, because this freedom is given by NEP. But are you using that appropriately? So this particular thing, NEP 2020 is still having this particular risk factor which we should carefully understand and implement. Therefore, at the end, I would like to say that through the education policy, effective implementation of the constitution is possible. So, effective implementation is nothing but the principles of the constitution have to be vibrantly seen in the society. In simple terms, the constitution says, live and let live. This is the thing that our constitution expects from all of us, and we as a CTUAP family will definitely try to get this in our society. Thank you.
India can become self-reliant, that is Atmanirbhar Bharat. And you rightly said that live and let live. Thank you, sir. So now I request Dr. Hamara sir, Assistant Librarian, Central Library, to propose vote of thanks.
ప్రస్తుత కావాల్సిన ధన్యవాద ప్రసంగం. దేశ భాషలందు తెలుగు లెస్స అని శ్రీ కృష్ణదేవరాయలు అనగానే మన హృదయం గర్వంతో నిండిపోతుంది. నా ఈ ప్రసంగం తెలుగులో ప్రారంభిస్తాను. నా పేరు డాక్టర్ దాసక నారాయణ, సహాయ గ్రంథాలయ అధికారి, సెంట్రల్ గిరిజన విశ్వవిద్యాలయం, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్. మన గౌరవనీయ ముఖ్య అతిథి శ్రీ గుంతా లక్ష్మణ్జీ గారు, గౌరవనీయ కులపతి ఆచార్య తంత్రవా శ్రీనివాసన్ గారు, గౌరవనీయ పరిపాలనా అధికారి ఆచార్య జితేంద్ర మోహన్ మిశ్రా గారు, అలాగే గౌరవనీయ కోశాధ్యక్షుడు శ్రీ ప్రతాప్ కేసరి దాస్ గారు, గౌరవనీయ పరీక్షల నియంత్రణాధికారి ఆచార్య దీపక్ ఎం షిండే గారు, గౌరవనీయ విశ్వవిద్యాలయ బృంద పాలకుడు డాక్టర్ శంకరెడ్డి కొల్లే గారు, గౌరవనీయ సామాజిక శాస్త్రాలు మానవీయ శాస్త్రాల శాఖాధిపతి ఆచార్య శరత్చంద్రబాబు గారు, గౌరవనీయ బోధనా సిబ్బంది, బోధనేతర సిబ్బంది మరియు విద్యార్థులకి నా హృదయపూర్వక వందనములు. హమారా సంవిధాన్ హమారా స్వాభిమాన్ ద స్పిరిట్ ఆఫ్ NEP 2020 ఫర్ విక్షిత్ భారత్ అనే ఈ ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమం మనము నిర్వహించడము, అలానే చివరిలో ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ కేంద్ర గిరిజన విశ్వవిద్యాలయం తరఫున ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేయడం నా పూర్వజన్మ సుఖంగా భావిస్తున్నాను. అలాగే దేశం అంటే మట్టి కాదోయ్, దేశం అంటే మనుషులై అని గొప్ప స్ఫూర్తిదాయకమైన మాటలను చెబుతూ సామాజిక చైతన్యాన్ని మేల్కొల్పిన మహాకవి గురజాడ అప్పారావు గారు పుట్టిన భూమి ఇది. మనం ఒకసారి పద్యాన్ని స్మరించుకుంటే ఈ పద్యంలోనే మనకు అన్ని సొల్యూషన్స్ దొరుకుతాయి. దేశమును ప్రేమించుమన్నా, మంచి అన్నది పెంచుమన్నా, ఒట్టి మాటలు కట్టి పెట్టబోయి గట్టి వేలు తలపెట్టబోడు, పాడి పంటలు పొంగిపోలే దారిలో నువ్వు పాటుపడబోడు, తిండి కలిగితే కండ కలుగును, కండ కలవాడే మనుషుడు, ఇసురోమని మనుషులుంటే దేశ వేగతిని బాగు అగులో, జల్లుకొని కళలన్నీ నేర్చుకుని దేశ సరుకులు నింపబోయి, దేశాభిమానం నాకు కద్దని ఒట్టి గొప్పలు చెప్పుకోకూడదు, పూని ఏదైనా ఒక మేలుకొచ్చి జనులకు చెప్పబోయి, చెట్ట పట్టాలు పట్టుకుని దేశస్థులందరూ నడవవలని, అన్నదమ్ముల వలె జాతులు మతములన్నీ మెరగవలని, సొంత లాభం కొంత మానుకుని పొరుగువానికి తోడ్పడరు, దేశమంటే మట్టి కాదోయ్ దేశమంటే మనుషులు, దేశమంటే మట్టి కాదోయ్ దేశమంటే మనుషులు. శ్రీ గురజాడ అప్పారావు గారు చెప్పిన ప్రతి మాటను తూచా తప్పకుండా ఆచరించి దేశం కోసం, ధర్మం కోసం తన జీవితాన్ని అంకితం చేసిన మన ముఖ్య అతిథి గౌరవనీయ శ్రీ గుంతా లక్ష్మణ్జీ గారు, ABRSM జాతీయ సంయుక్త ఆర్గనైజేషన్ సెక్రటరీ గారికి మనపూర్వక కృతజ్ఞతలు. మన కార్యక్రమానికి ఇచ్చేసి మార్గదర్శకమైన మరియు ప్రేరణాత్మకమైన సందేశం మనందరికీ దిశానిర్దేశం చేశారు విక్షిత్ భారత్ 2047 ద్వారా. అలానే మీ యొక్క ఆశీస్సులు మా విశ్వవిద్యాలయానికి మరియు మాకు ఎప్పటికీ ఉండాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాను. గౌరవనీయ కులపతి ఆచార్య P. శ్రీనివాసన్ గారు, మీరు ఇచ్చే ప్రోత్సాహం, మార్గనిర్దేశం ఎల్లప్పుడూ విశ్వవిద్యాలయ అభివృద్ధికి స్ఫూర్తిగా నిలుస్తుంది. మీకు మా హృదయపూర్వక ధన్యవాదాలు సార్. ఆచార్య జితేంద్ర మోహన్ మిశ్రా గారు ఈరోజు అంశాన్ని అద్భుతంగా వివరించి చాలా ఆలోచింపజేశారు. మీకు మా ప్రత్యేక కృతజ్ఞతలు సార్. డాక్టర్ P. శ్రీదేవి గారు ముఖ్య అతిథిని అందంగా పరిచయం చేసిన తీరు కార్యక్రమానికి ఘనత చేకూర్చుంది. డాక్టర్ అనిల్ కుమార్ గారు మీ ఆత్మీయ స్వాగత ప్రసంగం ప్రతి ఒక్కరిని ఆకట్టుకుంది. హృదయపూర్వక ధన్యవాదాలు. డాక్టర్ ప్రమాద్ చటర్జీ గారు ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని సమన్వయం చేసి విజయవంతంగా నిర్వహించిన మీ కృషికి ప్రత్యేక ధన్యవాదాలు. అలానే ABRSM అధ్యాపక వర్గానికి, బోధనేతర సిబ్బందికి మీ సహకారం లేకపోతే ఈ రోజు ఈ కార్యక్రమం సాధ్యపడేది కాదు. ప్రియ విద్యార్థులారా, మీరు ఉత్సాహంతో పాల్గొనడం ఈ వేడుకకు ప్రాణం పోసింది. చివరిగా ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి చేసిన ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి మనస్ఫూర్తిగా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుతున్నాం. భరత మాతకి వందనం. జై హింద్. ధన్యవాదాలు.
Thank you, sir, for a wonderful quote of thanks. Thank you. So now I request everyone to rise with the tune of national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जगति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे विदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind. Thank you. Now I request all the faculty members and you guest faculty members, please join for a